Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes, tamu sana. Earlier today, Raila took his campaigns to Nyandarua. He landed in Nyandarua County in style, accompanied by Nyandarua Governor Francis Kimemia, among a host of other leaders. And from those photos there, you can see that the rallies were well attended, an indication that the rallies were largely successful too. So in this video today, I want us to have a look at some strategies Raila is using to beat William Ruto on the mountain. I want us to have a look at those strategies because largely from where I sit, I tend to believe that Raila is actually winning this war of getting the mountain vote. So the first strategy, ladies and gentlemen, even before we dwell into that, if in case you've just bumped on this YouTube channel for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Give it a like, please. Give it a like. Thank you. God bless you. The first strategy Raila is using to beat William Ruto on the mountain, Raila is using the music. He is using music. Listen to this. From those videos, you can see the kind of excitement that music excites among the masses. Good music soothes the soul. Music is the language of the soul. So Raila is very, very keen on using music to pass his message across. Because largely, ladies and gentlemen, even if there were some people in those rallies who never wanted to hear Raila speak or maybe to see Raila, a good tune can soothe their soul and they can just find themselves supporting or changing their mind to support Raila Molo Odinga. So that's a strategy Raila is very keen on using. A strategy that most likely William Ruto has not yet realized. And as somebody who has also been part of a campaign trail, I know how effective music can sometimes be. Yes. So that's a strategy that William Ruto has to think about. The second strategy, Raila is using key leaders from Mount Kenya. Key leaders who are blameless. Look at William Ruto. William Ruto is using people who are deemed to be corrupt and people who are tainted with all sorts and manner of corruption as the leaders he wants to use on the mountain. Look at the likes of Rigathi Gachagua. Look at Ndinjoro, first-time member of parliament. So Raila seems to be using experienced leaders, people who have got some moral standing in the society. Raila is very keen on using Kanini Kega. You know, in the last election, Kanini Kega was the only MP from Nyeri who made it back to parliament. So Kanini Kega, we can, on the virtue of that alone, we can say somebody who has got some little experience in politics. Look at the likes of Peter Kenneth. Peter Kenneth is a respected Kikuyu leader who even contested for the presidency. Look at Murithi, Laikipia governor. This is a person who contested for the gubernatorial seat on an independent candidate and won that seat. Look at Nyandarua. So Raila seems to be very keen on using very influential leaders to ascend to the mountain. And he seems to have identified some of these leaders. We have been seeing Kanini Kega, we have been seeing Peter Kenneth, Murithi, and Nyandarua. So Raila seems to have identified those leaders. But on the side of William Ruto, he has made the campaigns all to be about himself. And the people doing his bidding on the ground are people who comes out as angry and very, very tainted of corruption. That is a strategy William Ruto has actually to look into. And then the third strategy, ladies and gentlemen, Raila is very keen on using the media. For those who are following Raila today live, if you looked at a majority of vernacular Kikuyu stations or Mount Kenya stations, they were airing Raila's tour of Nyandarua live. They were airing it live. And you can now see that a good portion of residents of Mount Kenya received Raila's message today. So Raila has also identified the media as a very vital tool that he can just use to pass his message across to residents of the mountain. And also, ladies and gentlemen, Raila has also been of late been tagging along SK Macharia. And Raila is very strategic there because, you know, if you go to Nyandarua, Nyandarua is also coming out as the haven of the music industry. Besides Muranga, Nyandarua is also coming up as another haven of the music industry. So Raila tagged SK Macharia intentionally or strategically because SK Macharia has done a lot to music artists. So by Raila tagging along SK Macharia to Nyandarua, there is a message also Raila wanted to pass across to those residents of Nyandarua. Because SK Macharia here is somebody who has really tried to uplift the music industry. Now Raila tags that kind of person. So that's a very clever move. Raila has identified some key opinion leaders that he tags along in his Mount Kenya for his end tours. And then fourthly, ladies and gentlemen, you know, William Ruto again, he has made handouts as the backbone of his campaigns and rallies. You know, William Ruto, he puts handouts that for now the youth to attend. The youth are attending William Ruto's rallies because they know they will get something. They will get handouts. But if you look at Raila's rallies, Raila is not really fashioning or putting his rallies or campaigns as a haven for the youth to receive handouts. And in most cases, ladies and gentlemen, politics of handouts always backfire. They always backfire. And in the event they backfire, then you can find the politician, or in this case, William Ruto, even losing some of his true supporters. Because maybe he had promised them some handouts, then maybe that handout backfires. You can find that now those youth, even if they were genuine William Ruto supporters, they can desert William Ruto. A good example is Mainge, this lady from Mukambani. This one who was shown carrying maize, and actually she even paid William Ruto a courtesy call at William Ruto's current residence. And she told Kenyans that William Ruto promised her some things, but William Ruto never delivered the things he promised her. So in that case again, you can just find that William Ruto is losing his genuine supporters out of promising them handouts. Because this lady, Mainge, in fact, if you watch at a video she did even before meeting William Ruto, she was trying to say that she has all along been a William Ruto supporter. But the mere fact that they sat together with William Ruto, they talked. But William Ruto never fulfilled what he promised her. Honestly, I tend to believe that that lady or that woman will just hate William Ruto. So William Ruto there lost a good supporter. So William Ruto should not fashion his campaigns as events for handouts. Let him go to the people. Let the people endear themselves to William Ruto even without being induced using handouts. And that's largely what Raila has been doing. In fact, Raila, all along these many years, he has kept his support base intact because he inculcated among his supporters that they can support him without Raila giving them handouts. Because largely, politics of handouts do not last long, ladies and gentlemen. Another strategy Raila is actually using that is beating William Ruto is this again. Yes. Raila seems to be truthful with the masses. He seems to be very, very truthful, as opposed to William Ruto, who is using a lot of propaganda. About 2 days ago now, about 2 or 1 day ago, William Ruto was in Bungoma. And he was cheating and lying to the residents of Bungoma that there was a road that had already started. In fact, the residents had to shout him down. The residents had to shout him down. So that's also an indication that maybe Kenyans in general, and I'm just trying to use Bungoma as an example, because maybe what William Ruto did in Bungoma is maybe what he's also doing on the mountain. So, the Bungoma case, you could see that the residents actually shouted William Ruto down. An indication that maybe residents or other Kenyans have now started realizing that William Ruto is actually cheating them. For now Kenyans to start getting that courage, it means they might have started William Ruto and they have been patient for long. But now they are just coming out to tell William Ruto facts as they are. And I won't be surprised to get William Ruto going to another place again and getting a shout down again. Simply because now residents are coming to realize that maybe he's just but cheating them. So William Ruto, as much as propaganda is also needed, he should limit propaganda. He should limit propaganda. Let him do something similar to maybe what Raila is doing. Because this is, we are in politics. Politics is not, we are in politics anyway. You can borrow some good things that your opponents are doing, and that's allowed anyway. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, just as I did indicate when we were starting, if you've just bumped on this YouTube channel for the very, very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. If you are watching us for the very first time outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. Drop a comment, please. And to our fans and subscribers, God bless you, God bless Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana.